This is definitely not the reading I was expecting, but this is what has come through from the spirit world today, and we're just going to honor that. If it resonates for you, it resonates. Otherwise, just leave it be. But this feels like a very specific message. My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are tapping into a spirit message from the other side, from beyond the veil. So let's see, firstly, who is coming through to deliver the message today? Who is coming through to talk to us? Now, the first question I'm going to ask is this person a blood relation? Are they related by blood to you? And Spirit is saying no, they're not related by blood to you. So I'm going to have another chart that I can use. Okay, now Spirit, will I find the answer on this side or on this side of the chart? I'll find the answer on this side. And who would that person be? And they're saying that this person is a victim. Okay, so let me ask Spirit, is this a person that you know from this life, or they were in a generation before you and they're in a generation before you? Okay. Were they a victim of one of your family members? And they are saying yes. Okay. So they were a victim of one of your family members. And they're a victim of a family member on your mother's side or father's side, and they're a victim of a family member on your father's side, and will it be a male or a female on your father's side? And they're not saying, were they a victim of the family on your father's side? And they're saying yes. So it's not really a person, but it looks like your father's family. They are saying victimize them. All right, let's get into the story and see what the hell is going on. One, and see why are they coming to speak to you. Okay. All right. First of all, let's ask, what does this person want to talk about? Okay. So they've been a victim of your father's family. They were in a generation before you, and they're coming forward now to say what God knows. All right, let's see what's going on here. Not what I was expecting. No, usually we get an ancestor coming through. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, they're talking about joy. Interesting. All right, let's see. What are they coming to talk about? This person was a victim. Okay, a lot. Okay. All right, the first thing we have here is prayer. Okay, but I'm not drawn to the words, I'm drawn to the picture, and the picture is talking about making lemonade out of lemon. So they're letting you know that in their lifetime they feel, because this is their perspective, they feel like they were persecuted by your father's family. Okay, now let's see what is going on here. And they come back again. They say they were a victim of your father's family. Now I am feeling that this person that is coming through, I am feeling that there's some sort of a love relationship fallout that they're coming to talk about. And the reason why I say that is because of the amount of green that is in this card. So they're letting you know that they were victimized by your father's family. They are in a generation before you. And let me ask, were they connected to your dad? They were connected to your dad. And was this a love relationship with your dad? And they're saying yes. So this looks like an ex-girlfriend, or maybe, and I hope it doesn't trigger you, boyfriend, of your dad. Okay, an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend of your dad, or maybe even an ex-wife or ex-husband of your dad that is coming through. I don't think they're coming to complain because they spoke about joy, but it looks like they feel unheard, and they want people to know their story. So let's ask, why are they coming to speak to you? I'm going to get a card from here and a card from there. Why are they coming to speak to you. We have despondence. So this feels like a restless spirit, right? Whatever happened to them, whatever persecution that they felt from your dad, it feels like they've not been able to rest. Now, I'm not saying this person is a restless spirit. In fact, this person may still be alive. But whatever happened to them has affected. No, it's from beyond the veil. So this person has passed. Okay, sorry about that. This person has passed, right? So they're coming from beyond the veil to really, I guess, release this energy. Release this energy, right? They feel really hard done by a father's family, and it feels like whatever happened, in that life or in that moment really affected them for the rest of their life, and maybe finding joy after that was a struggle. We have a terrorist, so they let you know they felt terrorized by your father's family. So your father's family did not approve of this relationship, so maybe this relationship never got off the ground, or it was sabotaged by these people. They're saying that they're coming to you because you are in a similar situation where people do not approve of your relationship. There's something about your love relationship right now that people do not approve of. That's what they're saying. What is this? We have tantrika. I mean, we don't want to think about our parents and sex, but it looks like they had both a sexual and spiritual bond. So they felt very connected to your dad. Now, if this message does not resonate, just leave it alone, right? I guess it's not your message today, right? And it feels like I'm getting a very natural person, maybe very connected to nature. Um, yeah, like very down to earth, practical person, down to earth and practical person. But you, your father, and them, they believe shared a special relationship. Now, remember, this is their perspective, okay? And then it looks like somebody did something foolish, or someone was made to feel like a fool. So let's get into this fool energy, because I think that's going to reveal what happened. Okay? All right, let's see what happened. Spirit, tell us about this fool, because they're telling us about the relationship here, okay? But they're trying to tell us what happened in that relationship. Something was revealed, okay? Ace of Swords, a truth came out that made this person feel like the victim and made them feel foolish and stupid. What was this truth? Whatever it was, it gave them a lot of restless nights. And this card, the Nine of Swords, is also about depression, and they were already telling us that, okay? And then we have the Five of Cups in reverse, and Five of Cups in reverse talks about a pathological grief. It's a grief that we can't get over. Spirit, tell us what happened here. Okay, we have a King of Cups in reverse. It looks like, so remember I said this was their perspective, right? So it looks like they were well in love with your dad, but your dad may not have shared the same feelings, and then there might have been additional interference from your dad's family members, and it really took it hard when they really took it hard when the relationship fell apart. That's what I'm seeing here so far. I mean, King of Cups in reverse could talk about an interfering person. We have the Moon. This person, and we have Justice in reverse. No, they feel like some sort of injustice happened. And look, we have here the foolish man. We have there the foolish man again. So this is someone who feels used by, or felt used by your dad and his family. Okay. All right. So this is who they are. What do they want to talk about? What do they want to tell you? All right. They want to tell you the story, but why? We have optimist, because they are hoping that things turn out differently for you. Look, we have here the destroyer, and we have betrayal. I'm getting one card, but I think I know what the message is. And we have warrior. Okay. I get the message. Okay. So it looks like this person went to their grave with a lot on their chest, right? A lot of resentment, a lot of pain. And it also feels like, 'cause this is what I'm feeling in my spirit, is that this person never trusted again, and never entered into another romantic relationship, right? They held on to that resentment, they held on to that pain, and they didn't create a life for themselves. So what they've come to tell you is they don't want you to allow any past pain or past betrayal destroy, this is literally the message, destroy your chance for happiness. This is what it is. This is what it is. Destroy your chance for happiness. They did the best that they could, but they still couldn't pull out of that pathological grief. But they're saying that you are stronger than they are. That's what they're saying here. They're saying you are a warrior, you are resilient, right? And you can rise above any betrayal or perceived betrayal that may have occurred in your life, and you can make a life for yourself. You can make the lemonade out of lemons. They tried, but it looks like they did not succeed. Okay, but they're saying that you are different, right? And it asking you to don't let past betrayal, past pain sabotage your chances for happiness. This is the message that they have come to deliver at this time. All right, we're going to ask Spirit if there's anything else that they want to say, and then we're going to ask Spirit for advice. I just feel kind of sad. But remember, this is their perception, okay? And we have here face control issues. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. So what this makes me think is that their perception is that they were in this very deep, meaningful relationship with your father, and they may have tried to get your father to commit, but it didn't work out. Okay? And they may have done everything to control the situation, but at the end of the day, we are not in charge of other people's responses. And your father may have broken off the relationship, and it looks like your family members or his family members also assisted. Okay? So this could be a perceived betrayal and not an actual betrayal. Anyway, is there anything else that they want you to? We have here honor the contract. Some lessons were written before you arrived. Facing them now completes the soul agreement. For some of you, this is not a perceived slight that this person is telling us about. For some of you, it was an actual slight and an actual betrayal. And the karma that was generated from this situation here, it looks like it's been passed on to you for your resolution. Okay, and that's why they're saying honor the contract. Okay, so if you find that in your life you've had some hard lessons in love, know that it is this karmic debt that is being balanced. I think it's coming now because maybe this contract is about to be absolute, obsolete. Why am I saying absolute? Obsolete. And maybe that's why they're coming through now. Interesting message. All right. Let's see if there's any other advice from Spirit, and then we're just going to close this off. Did not expect anything like this today. All right, what do we have here? We have the shadow, and we have divine healers, and it's about healing the shadow, healing the hurt. All right, let's see what Spirit wants to tell us. All right, we have gifts and we have the joy guides. Okay, so it looks like you've done a lot of work in transmuting this karma, this karmic debt. And Spirit saying, and I think that is why I got that message that this contract is about to be obsolete. Okay, Spirit saying that you've been through such a hard time, but now it's time to reap your rewards. And one of the rewards that you are getting is the gift of joy. Okay, so whatever is your heart's desire, Spirit is saying it is about to come true because you have done what you were sent here to do in terms of any ancestral karma left for you by your father. It looks like you've been successful in transmuting that energy. So now you're about to close off that chapter and step into joy. And we get joy from this deck and joy from another deck. So we get that resonance. So that's the message I have. It wasn't what I expected, but this is what came through and we honor that. I'm in love. Take care. Bye.